Thank you, Nathaniel. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to this worship service at the Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock. We welcome those of you who are here in the room and those of you who are joining us online. All are welcome. I'm the Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore, and I minister to this congregation along with the Reverend David Carl Olson and the Reverend Megan Henry, our student minister this year, Brian Bauer, and I'm joined today by our worship associate, Sandra Frank. Here, we seek to create loving religious community, encourage spiritual growth, and to build a more just and joyful world. We seek to restore the balance of our spirits, to celebrate the joys of life and to find strength to meet life's sorrows. Unitarian Universalism is a religious tradition which embraces the wisdom of all faiths and values diversity. We believe in using science, reason, and the gifts of the Spirit to explore life's many meanings and mysteries. We believe we do not need to think alike to love alike. We remember that this bountiful land is the ancestral land of the Matancock people of Manhasset Bay. And today we celebrate Women's History Month with our UUCSR women's group. And I have a slight confession to make. I have been sick, and my voice may not hold out to the absolute last period, but I hope that with your encouragement, I will make it through. If not, you'll just have to listen real close. So, we have a lot of things that happen at Shelter Rock. I hope you will look at our newsletter or on our website to see them. I'd like to highlight a few. Today, we have a new member orientation class. If you're considering membership, or if you'd like to just sit in, you're welcomed in the Beach House. After the service, bring your lunch from the social hall to join us. We also have practicing empathy discussion after the service today, and a new program, OK to Delay, delaying smartphone use program for our children, youth, and families. But some of you who don't have kids around, may also want to explore this subject. You might want to be able to talk about it with your grandkids or with the neighbors. And that program is going to be at 12:30 in RE room 19. And for those of you who don't know, that's that away, all the way at the end. Some of you may want to just get your car, drive around, all the way at the end, 19. Next Sunday, March 22nd, we'll have a science discussion group, which is both on-site and online, and an adult Bible class led by our student minister at 2 p.m. Those are for next Sunday. And a special midweek pick-me-up. This Wednesday, March 18th at 7 p.m., there'll be a special concert here to welcome our new piano. There'll be a series of concerts of welcome, so please make sure you take note in our newsletter and online and for special announcements to hear the very special music that'll be played by our spectacular musicians. Each Sunday after service, we offer a low-cost lunch in the social hall. If you're a visitor, you are a guest. Please take part in the lunch. It's a great time to meet and greet new people. Now, let us worship together. We'll begin with our candlelight.
We light this chalice, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism, with these words from the writer and activist Audre Lorde. I am not free while any woman is unfree, even if her shackles are very different from my own. Would you please stand as you're willing and able for the opening hymn? We are gentle, angry people. Standing for the words of affirmation. They're not up there? Okay. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is a sacrament. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need. This do we affirm and covenant with each other. Be seated. When we gather for worship, we share the opportunity toward living our Unitarian Universalist values in the world by acts of generosity to bring positive change. This month, we are invited to support New Hour for women and children. New Hour is a Long Island not-for-profit that supports justice impacted women, mothers, and children. They provide reentry services, including life skills training, financial literacy, parenting programs, and leadership development through their eMERGE, E-M-E-R-G-E program. There should be the ways to give. There they are for you. And for those of you who are here to remember, if you carry cash, there is a box outside that you can drop your donation into. Thank you very much. Oh, okay.
Next slide, please.
I now invite you into a moment of silence, meditation, or prayer. You get to choose. In this moment, as you look deep within yourself, I'd like you to find a woman. That woman could be you, your mother, your grandmother, some famous person whose words or works have come into your life and your heart. Perhaps it is a daughter, a granddaughter, a great-grandchild. Perhaps someone who calls you into the future. Hold that person near your heart. Perhaps there is a story you wish to share with them, a question you wish to ask. And now, as you are willing, able, as the Spirit moves you, I invite you to light a candle for that person. Great, great. And now I invite you to speak into the air the name of a woman who has inspired you. So, these are our great cloud of witnesses for today. And now, will you stand in body or spirit for our hymn number 212, We Are Dancing, Sarah's Circle. Please rise.
We You may be seated. My name is Iris McKenna, and I have the gift of being the president of the women's group this year and for the next year. So my reflection this morning is entitled, From Ripples to Ocean Waves. George Lipsitz, author of Footsteps in the Dark, wrote that ocean waves begin their journeys thousands of miles out at sea. Their form, size, and shape come from the speed of prevailing winds in the atmosphere, the power of currents hidden beneath the sea, and their long fetch, the distance between a wave's point of origin and its point of arrival. So, events that seem to appear in the present from out of nowhere, in actuality, have a long history behind them. There were many times in my life where I felt powerful, claimed or recognized my power as a woman. And the ripples of change, as I grew older, slowly transformed into ocean waves. Well, first, I know what it feels like not to feel powerful. 6-year-old me watched from the sidelines as my brother played Little League baseball. I desperately wanted that jersey, that hat, that glove, to be on that team. But because I was a girl, I was denied all of it. Not claiming my girl power felt awful. There were no ripples of change. 7-year-old me was really unhappy in Girl Scout brownies, where we spent time learning to clean and do household tasks for the future husband, while my brother was a Cub Scout. I was so jealous. Having fun building things. And when he came home with those stilts, I was beside myself. I felt cheated. That 7-year-old girl recognized her power by becoming a brownie dropout. The ripples of change had begun. As a junior in high school, my volleyball team challenged the high school administration for equal practice and game space in the main gym. Girls' teams only had access to the back auxiliary gym that had inadequate space for spectators. The administration asked us, who is going to come watch girls volleyball? Motivated and determined to prove ourselves, teenage girls that we were, for an entire season, we set up and took down that net in the main gym. 6 days a week, without assistance. Driven to intensify our practices. The end result was a 12-0 season with those bleachers packed with spectators. Our prize was the main gym for good. I can tell you that that teenage girl felt very powerful. And those ripples of change got bigger. I didn't realize it at the time, but those early experiences were the undercurrent, the long history behind spending my 20s and 30s relentlessly trailblazing in physical activities where there were no woman role models. I pushed boundaries and was not intimidated by training in martial arts, powerlifting, and Muay Thai, where few women ventured. In Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the guys awkwardly adjusted to me being in the ring and being their partner for drills. People got really confused, though, when I became an amateur kickboxing fighter. I've got quite a history. They couldn't understand why I did full contact bouts or why I showed so much aggression. They never asked the guys. As a young woman, I refused to accept the societal boundaries that limited what I should experience. In these proving grounds, as a woman, I felt physically and mentally powerful. Those ripples of change kept magnifying. In 1991, I founded the Special Needs Martial Arts Program for the Nassau County Police Activity League. I became the sole woman certified instructor. I was the only one teaching that program. The role model and the woman in charge. And I taught that program for 12 years. And it was to special ed students who could not attend traditional martial arts schools. As a woman, I had claimed my power. Those ripples became ocean waves. I believe that strength is a byproduct of struggle. I possess an intense strength of spirit. I helped change the face of many physical activities by showing up and letting others see a woman training, leading, and in charge. Women have come a long way, but we still have a ways to go. As seen by the laundry list of women's issues as our rights erode. Or like the gold medal women's hockey team, who did not receive their rightful spotlight for their amazing achievement. Women, let's continue to claim our power and let our strength become ocean waves.
Thank you, Iris. I'm going to share with you a reading from the poet Maya Angelou. Still I rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room? Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard 'cause I laugh like I got gold mines digging in my backyard. You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds out of the huts of history? I rise up from the past that's rooted in pain. I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling. I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise, leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise. I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise. I rise. I rise. Please rise in body or spirit for hymn number 109, As We Come Marching, Marching. I hope you take a moment to pay attention to these lyrics. They're a tribute to the women involved in the labor movement.
Hello. My name is Allison Schwabe. I'm a member at large for the women's group. And today I'd like to reflect on my parents and the power of example. When I think about women's equality, I don't think first about laws or court cases, although without doubt those are important. I think about my parents. I grew up watching a model of partnership that shaped how I understand equality and contributions based on interest and ability, and not defined by expectations based on gender. My mother earned her PhD at Vanderbilt at a time when women were very rare in her field. She was the only woman in her program, dismissed by many of her male peers, but when graduation came, she finished at the top of her class. But even then, she was expected to prove herself with an additional unpaid internship year before being considered for the kind of faculty positions that many of her male colleagues received immediately. During that time, she met my father, who was in the same program, who said he knew my mom was someone special when she ordered a large piece of pecan pie for breakfast. When he graduated, he was offered a faculty position right away. But what stands out to me isn't the difference in the opportunities they were given. It was how they responded to it together. They supported each other fully, personally, and professionally, without a sense that one person's ambitions mattered more than the other, or that any roles belonged to any one gender. They were simply partners, equals building a life together. Their experience was representative of a sea change across the nation. Women gained access to professions that once excluded them. Legal protections expanded. Educational opportunities grew. And in many fields today, women are earning degrees and advancing in ways unimaginable even a generation ago. The work of raising children is increasingly valued for women and men alike. But progress is rarely a straight line. History shows that moments of social change are often followed by backlash. When groups push for inclusion and equality, whether women, Indigenous persons, people of color, immigrants, or LGBTQ communities, there are often counter movements that try to reassert older hierarchies, and we may be seeing signs of that again. A recent global survey of more than 23,000 people in 29 countries found some troubling trends and attitudes among younger men, those in Generation Z, the generation roughly between the ages of about 18 and their late 20s today. Nearly a third of Gen Z men agree that a wife should obey her husband, and note that a husband should have the final say in family decisions. Gen Z men were roughly twice as likely to hold these views than men in my parents' generation. These numbers don't reflect everyone, of course. Many young people, men and women alike, are passionate advocates for equality and fairness, but they do remind us progress can never be taken for granted. Economic uncertainty is growing. Housing is expensive. Career paths feel less secure. And history shows that when societies feel pressure and scarcity, they sometimes retreat toward old stories about who should lead and who should follow, who should be choosing their own path, and who should be directed on a path chosen for them. Which brings us back to the power of example. The most powerful lessons about equality rarely come from arguments or political debate. They come from what we demonstrate in our daily lives. We model equality when we share leadership, both at work and at home. We model equality when we encourage our children of any gender to pursue their own talents without limitation. We model equality when we build partnerships based on mutual respect rather than expectations based on gender. My parents didn't set out to make a political statement. They simply tried their best to live as equals before it was common to do so. But their example reminds me that progress is not only built in legislatures and courtrooms, it's built in homes, in workplaces, and in communities like this one. So if we want the next generation to inherit a more equal world, we must first model it. We must teach it, and we must live it, openly, courageously, and every day. Thank you.
Listen. You see our fading candles sparkling. Listen to the names that were in the air. The names of the women who have influenced us, who have cared for us, who have loved us. The names which still linger in the air around us. These glorious women's voices can be heard in our ears, and their strength and power continue to carry us through the challenges of life. They inspire us, they teach us. This wisdom is perhaps especially needed in times like these, chaotic, troubling times. So often we are told that the attributes that most often are seen as feminine, caring, compassion, empathy, that these are lesser attributes. We are told that it is the stereotypically masculine ways of being, tough, competitive, that these are the more powerful and important traits. These are the only ways to success. That to be warlike is to be a real man, and that only real men can rule the world. We confuse kindness with weakness. Don't confuse kindness with weakness. Our very survival as human beings depend not on hate, but on love. It depends on compassion and empathy. There's strength in kindness. We are each born these tiny, helpless things. Did you ever watch Call the Midwife? It's very sappy, but wonderful. And I've heard the actresses talk in an interview about what it's like for them when the babies come on set. Right? And they're just drawn to the babies. We are, as human beings, drawn to this tiny, helpless thing. It is only the compassion and love that we give as caregivers, only that which enables the survival of those babies. And it is only that which enables our survival as a society, as a people. Without empathy, humankind cannot and will not survive. Confusing kindness with weakness is a threat to our very survival. Dismissing the characteristics which we call feminine is a threat to our very survival. It's said that women hold up half the sky, but we all know that women spend a whole lot more than half the time holding up the other half, too. Our society depends on women doing overmuch. Our society depends on women taking care of the house, the home, the children, sometimes the partner, and doing paid work and having careers. Very few of us could prosper without women doing it all, or at least trying to do it all, and trying not to burn out along the way. Our society depends on all the work that women do, usually underpaid or uncompensated work. And why is that? Why is that here in the wealthiest country in the world, perhaps the wealthiest in all time? Why is it that we have so little regard for the well-being of women? Why don't we build systems and structures which support women? More family leave, better health care, better child care, affordable housing. Oh, and wouldn't that benefit everybody? Oh. Aren't women's issues everyone's issues, it turns out? This is not a new question, of course. We just cannot seem to get any farther toward the answer. How do we work toward the answer? How do we mobilize ourselves to come up with a solution? I think perhaps it's because on some level we have come to believe that kindness is weakness. This isn't really a question of individual struggles. We are way over the edge of constructive individualism. Our individualism has become destructive because it blocks us from seeing how interconnected we are, how much we need one another. We need systemic change. We have to acknowledge that women do have power. They do have the power to change, but they need the support. They need allies. This can no longer become a purely gender-based conversation. This is about all of us. Because women do have power. Women have power. Yet so often the power of women is not acknowledged or appreciated or supported or celebrated. But I hope that's not the case here. I think that here in this congregation, here in our faith, we can tell the stories of women living into their power. We can support the exploration of all people as we try to become our best selves. We are all trying to become our best selves, no matter our gender. But some of us get more support than others. And we must work together here in this community to make this a place where we value all and are supporting those who don't get support elsewhere. When the world is a better place for women, the world is a better place, period. Please stand in body or spirit for our closing hymn, number 368. Now let us sing.
Now let us sing, sing, now let us sing, sing, lift up your voice.
Yes, sing to the power. I offer you these closing words from the Reverend Rebecca Parker. The beauty of life is such that it will not let you go until you have offered the blessing that you have to give. So let the beauty we have seen become the good that we do, and let us not rest until free from the claim that life places upon us. Until we, in faith and with all those who have gone before us, place ourselves among those who bless the world. So may it be. Amen. We extinguish our chalice, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.